Beautiful readings, ladies. Beautiful. I have someone who came in before we started talking, and it has a male energy, and I've been scribbling notes so I don't lose my connection. And he's he showed me first something very distinct about one eye was different than the other eye. He was he's making me feel very erratic. My head is going in 10,000 different directions, and I'm seeing fire and tornadoes and something on his head sticking up. I'm not sure if he wore something on his head or he stuck his hair up. He keeps showing me the eye and his eyebrow, and one side was different from the other. It's almost like he had one eye drooping and the other eye normal. He was it's like he had a mental illness where he couldn't slow down his mind no matter what he did. Can anyone take a gentleman like this? Yes, that was a beautiful reading. Can anyone take a gentleman, young man? Okay. Megan, would you say he had, because he kept talking about his head, everything he showed me was his head. Could you understand he was kind of erratic thinking? Because he's making me feel very, very erratic, and it's very hard to get any stream of information. It's just like pieces here and there. Would you understand that? And he kept showing me his tongue sticking out. So everything was around his head. And I know these chats take some time. And earlier, and I think this is the same energy, before I came on, they were pointing me to almost like a very keen interest in Jesus. I kept hearing that in my head. This could be two different people, but I'm pretty sure this is one person. I'm not getting any. The chats aren't loading for me if you guys can see any.
Nothing yet, Nicole. But
okay, so let me know. Let's see.
Not on my end. Maybe Wendy could see something.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Maybe we could bring Megan on.
Where did the... Oh, Megan. Okay.
Is it my brother Nick?
Oh, that's interesting. Well,
this is a different person, though. Nicole.
Yeah, that was a different person.
She's a former client. She's a client.
Okay, so do you want to bring Megan up?
Let's if she's willing. I can't see the chat. I have to click it every time.
Sure. Megan, if you'd like to join, just click that little bottom people thing. I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, it's like a little man down there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Join, and we'll see.
Okay, just a second. She should be on.
Hi, Megan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So there's two. I want to talk about the person with the eye first. He had a stroke, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But he wasn't. What did you say? It was your grandfather that has.
My
that
grandfather was a
was
really religious man.
Okay, because right before I started on with these ladies, I was like, somebody was super religious. So let's do the first person first, and then we'll go on to that. The gentleman with the stroke, he was your best friend?
He was my best friend. He was like my brother.
Okay. And he had something wrong with one eye. He lost an eye.
He was actually just going to have an eye surgery to get a glass eye put in his eye.
Okay, because he kept, I drew it all out if you can make sense of any of my notes, but he had this droopy eye and his normal eye. And so he kept showing me. Okay, and so he was everything was about his face and head. He showed me face and head,
Yeah.
face and head, face and head. And I don't know if he wore something on his head or had hair sticking up, but he kept showing something on the top of his head.
He always had to have his eye wrapped
Oh,
because he
it was
just
a wrap
he just
around
had to have the needle stuck in his eye to get the fluid out.
Okay. Thank
So he
you
had that
for
patch.
okay. Thank you for validating. And that's why I think I kept drawing this like stripe around his eye. I'm like, what is that? What is that? Would you understand that he was erratic in the head? Like he's coming through very erratically.
He was very go 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 go.
Okay, because that's how it's coming. It's like flash, 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 flash. This. It's all very choppy and different. Okay. He showed me fire, so I don't know if there was a fire in his life at some point, or if you've experienced a fire, but he had me drawing out fire and flames. And do you understand that at all? Fire.
The Backstreet Boys song.
Oh.
And the phone.
And what?
We just went to a Backstreet Boys concert, and I made T-shirts in representing of him.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. That's wonderful. I don't know what song I'm a little older, so I don't know about what their song is. But you can tell me later. So that's funny because I drew out the fire, and then he said his mind was like a tornado, and I drew out a little tornado, and it was like it was like a tornado. It would just go and go and go and go. Yeah, and he just kept concentrating on his head. So it's so interesting that you said he had a stroke. Okay.
The reason why they say that he had the stroke is because he had severe migraines. And his head was always on fire. He was always so full. His eye had so much fluid, and his kidneys wouldn't function correctly because of his kidney disease, and his heart was giving out and everything.
Okay. That makes so much sense. He kept showing me his good eye. Showing me his good eye in his head. And would he like ever tease people and like stick his tongue out? Because he showed me sticking his tongue out, and I wrote that tongue sticking out.
That was always our thing.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. So but now he's showing me now he's slowing down. And sometimes when they're erratic, they do this. They come in with like all this information, and then they like slow down and they say, okay, now we can talk. But he seems very happy, like a very happy person. And some people mistook him for having a mental illness, but some people were like, but that's not really the true him.
Yep.
He's really this kind and loving person, and happy on the inside. And he's saying it was expected, but it was a shock. His passing was expected, but it was a shock. And he's saying two sides: expected, but it was a shock.
They said that he was going to have to go on hospice care, but of what we have heard, we don't know for sure. He took his own life so that we wouldn't have to suffer anymore.
Okay, that seems okay. He said the last thing he ever wanted to do was to hurt anybody, and he's sticking his tongue out again. And he said, he's like, do you ever stick your tongue out when nobody's there?
Yeah.
Okay. He's saying like he's there, like you think he's there, but you're like sticking your tongue out to him, and he's showing me that. It's very funny. He's very funny.
He's very funny.
He's and now he's like he's silent. So would he go through periods where he'd just be radio silent? Because he's like blah 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 silent.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's like, people would worry about him when he did that. And he's saying, I would be so on, boom, 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 constantly, go, 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 go. And he'd just be worn out and just be, boom, I need a break.
that's how it would always be. They would have to do health checks because he would finally be able to sleep because he'd take off meds. And then everybody thought he was gone, and then he'd wake right back up.
Fascinating the way he showed that, because it was just like a straight line, like straight line, like nothing's happening, and then boom, there he is again. And now he's saying something completely random. He said rabbit. I don't know if he had a rabbit or if this is just junk coming through, but he said rabbit and showed me a rabbit. Like, now it's jumping out of a magician's hat. That could be totally irrelevant, but that's what he's showing me.
The only thing I can think of about like jumping is like he was a big wrestler, so he would jump through hoops, like he would jump through things. But that would be kind about a rabbit. No.
Okay, you could think of something later. I don't know, but he said rabbit and showed me like kind of like in Frosty the Snowman where the rabbit comes out of a hat, kind of like that. That's what he's showing me. Okay. He wants to he's giving a message. He wants to thank you for loving him without conditions. And that's the way he said it. He didn't say unconditional love. He said loving me without conditions. And I think he's saying that for a specific reason. He's like, she never judged me. And he said, you have one of the purest hearts of any human he ever knew. And that everything you did, he's saying from goodness. And he's putting his hands here and he's saying everything she did was from goodness. And he's saying this, you were my angel, is what is his message. And to keep that, no matter how crazy the world is, keep that sense about you with others, keep helping others, and just appreciation, and just how thankful he is that you were in his human life. And he's saying, and we'll meet again, we'll come back again together. So I don't know if you felt like you were kindred souls who had been here together before, but he's like talking about that. Okay, he's talking about, yeah, we'll be back again, don't worry. He said we'll get the band back together again, is how he said it.
My husband's sitting next to me right now. We always did the 207 band because we always sang together.
I don't know what that means, but
it's 207's the area code we live in.
Oh.
So sing all the time.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so that's wonderful. Thank you so much for telling me that. And then your grandpa is coming through. He's like, was he funny too? Because he's saying Jesus Christ, and he's throwing a cross at me. He's like, Jesus Christ, it's my turn.
Yeah.
And I'll be brief because I know there's other people waiting for messages. And he's showing me you as a baby and how precious that was. And I'm assuming by your reaction that's specific and
not
meaningful.
Me.
Oh, there's a new baby.
I lost my daughter at 28 weeks. And in my dreams, he's holding her hand and rocking her.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But yes.
Okay. Thank you. I feel that very strongly. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. So that makes sense. And now I'm sorry, everybody, but I've got to give this message, okay? He's talking about the Christ consciousness and now he's going on this whole thing. So just listen. I'm assuming this was part of his personality. Okay, so he's talking about how people are fighting over religion and none of it matters because every person who came, every prophet, every preacher, everybody who's giving a message of some type of religion or belief system, they're all saying the same thing. So it doesn't matter which religion you subscribe to, or if you're just spiritual, as long as you're connecting to source, that's the most important thing. Whether you call it Jesus or Buddha or whoever, or just say you're spiritual, or you're a hippie and you live in the woods, he's just saying all these things. None of that matters, because I feel like in his life, he's saying he would judge people that didn't do the same religion the way he did it.
Yep.
And he's saying, I learned my lesson. That was wrong. So he just wants to know, forgive him for any judgments you felt if you didn't follow religion the way he did. And he wants to ask you for forgiveness.
Good.
And that baby. Yeah. She's definitely safe. She's at peace. And is there planning to be, or is there already in process another baby coming into the family?
There already was.
Okay. Because the baby would like to tell you that they can come back just because that fetus didn't come to be completely in life. The soul was unharmed and can come back to the family when the time is right. And so sometimes that happens. So it doesn't mean that that soul is lost to you. That soul is safe and unharmed. And then your friend is coming back talking about what an angel you are and how you deserve love and peace. And then now they're saying tattoo. Does somebody get a tattoo recently in someone's honor?
No, we're going to
You're
be.
Going to. Okay. All right. They're talking about that, how grateful they are. Because now they keep wanting to come. It's getting erratic now, because now they're all coming in and it's like, I can't talk for 4 hours here. But I will tell you, you guys are, your family is very much protected and being guided. And you know that, right? You're being guided and you know it, and just keep listening. And you're loved and your loved ones are safe and at peace. Your baby, your grandfather, your best friend, they're all very safe, very at peace, and very much around. And I'll leave you with that. Thank you so very much
Thank you
for
so much.
allowing me to give you that reading. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.